I have the camera ready. So let's go with this for now. And let's actually switch to the camera. So let's switch this off, and there we go. Hopefully everyone can see the screen. If you cannot, please let me know. I think it's visible to all. And again, please remember to like and share the stream. Doing a thumbs up really helps me out. I'll bring my own head back for a moment. No, not that. That. Yes. Okay. Now we're talking. Join me live now. All right. Let's go to the channel, day 2. Again, don't forget to like and share the stream. It really helps me out. And do let me know if the audio is up to par. Let's see here. I actually have to test the audio because I do this alone. I don't have anyone working with me or for me to do this. So I am the person who is responsible for checking the audio as well. Let's see here. Okay, I can hear myself. Play some music. And let's see. Hopefully you can hear that as well. I think the level is just about right. Do let me know in the chat how things are going. Yeah, let me know if the music is too quiet or too loud in the chat. But other than that, we will start. So yesterday we started off by giving away some of these cards right here. So we gave away 2 cards already, and more are expected to be given away depending on the number of subscribers that we get. So yeah, you could win some from this mystery card pack. And some of these, like, despite the cheap price of this particular pack, you might get some good surprises here, so you never know what's in here. And then if the stream does even better, I'll open this sealed Pokemon pack with the Rayquaza. This has not even been released in North America. It's an exclusive Japanese pack that I got specifically for this live stream. I'll be giving away some of these cards exclusively on this live stream if it performs well. If we got 20 subscribers, let's say if we got 5 subscribers, well, we'll get we'll start giving away these cards. If you get 20 subscribers, we'll be giving away this minifigure right here. Let's take a closer look at her. This is Zinnia, the first ever LEGO Pokemon minifigure in history. This is always going to be number 1. So if you want this minifigure, if you want my personal copy of this minifigure, help us get to 20 additional subscribers by the end of the live stream, and someone will be taking this minifigure home. I'm asking for reasonable things. I'm not saying 20 million subscribers in one day. I think it's totally reasonable to do like 20 subscribers. On my best day, I've had like 10 subscribers in a single day. So I think we can do 20. This is quite an expensive minifigure right now, so I think that's a reasonable request. With that being said, let's go back to the build. So essentially I'm building the sky pillar for Rayquaza. We're almost done with bag 5, but it was the very end of last night. I got tired and I said I'll pick up where I left off. As promised, I left all the pieces here. I just went straight to bed after that, and now I'm back. We're going to be building this, basically filling in this cloud part. We might need to rebuild some of it. Essentially, you could see here's what this is all about. I love the way they did the stairs right here. Very advanced and interesting techniques. Lots of funky colors used on the inside, but they're not at all visible from the outside, as things should be. So far I'm loving this build. This looks nice. Now it reminds me actually of a nice slice of cake. Yeah, I bet you were not expecting that, but yeah. It's very good looking. So now let's finish up this last cloud and move on from bag 5. Hopefully it won't take us too long. And again, I'm building this without the instructions, relying only on the 3D view. So I am looking at the set from all angles to determine what it looks like, but I'm not looking at the individual instruction steps, as I usually do for the larger sets. For small sets, I just use the box or the paper bag and nothing else. Alright. We'll figure out this cloud right here. And it could be the case that we used up some pieces in this cloud right here that we need here, so we might need to disassemble this one as well, but we'll see whether or not that's necessary. We don't know that yet. Just plug in my device. I'll make sure we don't lose power here like it happened once or twice, I think. We're waiting for one more subscriber to get to the next giveaway. So if you're already subscribed, bring a friend, or if you have a second account, you can use that as well. One more subscriber to the next standard Pokemon card giveaway. 5 subscribers, you get this. 20 subscribers, this. If somehow we get much more than 20, then there's other LEGO sets to be had. And all the pieces are the same color. It's a bit more challenging to figure out which goes where. But on the other hand, these are clouds, so if you make a small mistake, as long as the thing looks like a cloud, I think it's fine. Like, close enough to what the box suggests anyway. But this part is already built, so just need to figure out how to fill this gap. I'm trying to remember what I did yesterday, 'cause it's all a blur for me right now. We're going to need to attach this to here. So this is the only studs on the side piece that remains. So through process of elimination, it has to be this one. And this one, I believe, goes here. Let's see. Yeah, that's where it goes. Yeah, so essentially, we just have to figure out what goes here. Oh, wait. We need this piece here. Oh, that's already done. Okay, I think I see what's going on. This goes here. We're gonna need only one of these is extra. I see a bunch more pieces than what I need, so there's maybe another cloud that I did not pay attention to. Essentially, I need a brick of some sort here to fill this gap, as well as 2 of these plates. And I don't know where these go yet. Could be the case that this plate is used here. And that would free up. I want to like lift the whole thing, but is there anything here that can be replaced? That is not much, not much. Oh, I think we missed some of the pieces that go here. So that's where those pieces go. They go on the other side. But we still need to fill this gap somehow. I'm going to use this to fill this. Then this. I need a 1x2 somewhere. Essentially, we need one more piece that we're gonna have to steal from somewhere to put here. But the thing is, this circle is gonna be here. It's gonna cover up the white piece that's here anyway, so we can steal this piece. This is not the most official way to do it, but for our purposes, we want to move on to the actual Pokemon. It works. Because in the end, this is not going to be visible, but this is. It's a display model, so we're going to focus on display. For stability, we can even borrow like one of the extra pieces and put it here. I don't think it's going to be visible at the end. Yeah, exactly. So unless you were watching this live stream, you would never notice that there's like a piece replacement that went there. The end result is just fine. And here, I don't even know, is it worth it to fill these clouds right here? Is anyone going to care about that? I guess I'll do it just for the sake of completeness, but I don't think anyone cares, to be honest. And I think at this point, that's where this piece goes, and that will give us the 1x2. You can kind of see it now. Actually, you know what? Let's just save these pieces for other purposes if we need them. These clouds that are behind here, no one's realistically going to see them from any reasonable angle. So let's just move on to bag 6. And as usual, I have all the bags in the big box. Yeah, even from here, you can barely see that second layer of clouds. Bag number 6. Stay with me, people. Stay with me. Oh wait, I need to do the announcement for bag 5. What did we do in bag 5 again? We built the clouds and I believe the sky pillars. Right? I remember we did some work here and here. So, as usual, I'll pause the music and turn off my camera temporarily, my face camera, while I do the bag announcement. This is for the benefit of my future self. Bag 5 continues building the sky pillars and adds the clouds found at the ground level. Sounded a bit weird, clouds at the ground level, but I think you understand what I mean. So now we can move on to bag number 6. 7. Are we going to build Rayquaza on this bag? Let's see. Still lots of gray, not gray, but dark tan and white pieces. Oh yeah, I don't think we're going to be building most of Rayquaza. I don't see any green or red parts. It's 6 bags and Rayquaza still nowhere to be found. We have 9 bags. I'm sure we'll start building Rayquaza in the bag after this one. This bag doesn't look to be too bad. Let's see. Looks like we're going to be building even more clouds and building up the sky pillar. I'll make another announcement. In bag 6, we will also use these 2 transparent pieces that are not part of any bag. Alright. Let's see here. And every new bag I'll check the stats again to see if there are more things to be given away. Not yet. I'm sure people will subscribe soon. Remember, it's free to subscribe to the channel. When you join the channel, there are paid memberships, but I've not activated those yet. So subscribing is completely free and will always be free on my channel and every other channel on YouTube, to be fair. We have a heart here. That's cute. That might be a reference to maybe the minifigure right here. That's a very nice inclusion. I was not expecting this. This color and this color are nowhere to be seen. Probably it's going to be hidden well within the sky pillar. There are more clouds to be built, so why not start with those, because we're already in a cloud mindset. When they have lots of small parts like this, I feel like, and there's not that many colors, I feel like it's a good idea to sort the parts. If I struggle a lot, then I will go through the process of sorting them. It's time consuming and a little bit tedious, but then building is so much more convenient. We don't have to hunt and peck for parts all the time. Okay. This is a sub-assembly. We're going to attach it soon. There are other cloud sub-assemblies. That's actually where the heart gets used. So basically this and this make some type of cloud shape. Pretty smart design by the LEGO designer right there. And we're going to integrate this actually with this T-snot piece, relatively new. Came out 3 years ago, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. The LEGO comes out with all these parts these days. I'm guessing that the next specialized part from LEGO will be one piece that is basically 4 of this combined. So you don't have to attach 4 pieces to get the same result. Because it's fairly common in this set, and I would say many other sets. And if it's just one piece, they could print on it as well. So I think that's a useful piece that they should have in the inventory. It offers like a tangible benefit. There's another small cloud right there with the heart piece. And our yet larger clouds. So this is where things start to get a little bit complicated. Because we're going to use LEGO Technic pieces right here to attach them to these transparent elements. Well, you'll see that in not too long from now. Has anyone ever played the game? Would you recommend playing it? Not very easy to see what's going on. I think we have this bracket goes here. Yeah, I think this is what happens. This is, of course, going to be mirrored, so you do things the other way. It's very easy to forget to do that, and then you're like, oh, I have to undo what I just did and do it in reverse. I don't know what this probably was here in this bag, but either way it came from this set, so I'm free to use it. Okay, so these are parts of a larger cloud. Remember to like and share the stream. It really helps. And don't be shy. Just by saying a nice message in the chat, it doesn't have to be very long, you can just say hi. You will be eligible to potentially win stuff in my giveaway. And it's completely free, including the shipping. I will pay for the cost of shipping. I need a 1x4. There are no 1x4s here. Just 1x3s. I'm missing something. Don't know, but I'll have to use a 1x3 plus a 1x2 or two 1x2s. I think I'll use two 1x2s for now. Hopefully we don't need these anywhere else. Let me play a new song. Alright. Hopefully that's not a big mistake I'll have to undo later. Okay, then there's going to be these. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be using these parts to build like the next cloud, like the front facing part of it. It'll be super easy to see, but with a 3D view we can see it. We know we're going to use this and the inverted version of this piece for sure. Did I use that piece anywhere? Oh. You know that one of them goes here. I think we'll need another one. Yes. Yeah, here it is. Okay. I believe we have a 1x3 here. Another one of these guys. I think we have a 1x3 here. Then I think we have these. Then we're going to add some stuff up until the point where we can add these to basically match, like so. That would be 3 or 4 plates left. Same thing here, right? We don't know what is going to go in here, so let's build everything else, and then whatever is left will fill the gap. This is called using the process of elimination. If you're going to build Lego without the instructions, you have to know all about it. So by building the easy stuff, we're using those parts and reducing the things that we have to try for building the stuff that we don't ski. think that these go here actually. This will attach to something that we don't know yet. We have at least this part that's done. And this will actually go here. So by consolidating all those white parts into these partial clouds at least, some of them are full, but some of them are partial, then there's less pieces for us to deal with. There's not that many parts left, so that gives me more confidence in the rest of the bag. I can actually get to the Rayquaza. I'm itching to get to that, to be honest. This will also go right next to this one, like so. Actually, wait. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So we're gonna need a 1x2. Oh no, we don't have any more 1x2s. We have two 1x1s though. We could use those as a last resort. Or maybe we'll have like one of these bricks in there. Yeah, I suppose that's possible. So if we go with this, no, that does not work. No, that won't work. And this is needed here. I'm noticing, by the way, the whites are not perfectly consistent in terms of their color. Like this white here is darker than this, and basically the surrounding whites. I know LEGO treats them with some kind of material to make them flame resistant. It's a bit frustrating to see an off-color white piece. It's not the end of the world, but it bothers me a little bit. So this one, I believe, goes here. Okay, so this part is correct at least, because we can attach this to this. I'll have to undo this, but just to show you, like, this is what it's going to be. This, I suppose, we can remove. We know that this is correct for sure. Maybe this goes down here. Hold on to the other stuff. Can we attach this yet? Not yet. We don't have many more pieces to go. Yeah, just to see what's going on. Let's temporarily attach this. It looks like it's gonna have this format, the cloud that we're building. I suppose we can use this piece here, maybe. There's a 1x1 here. I suppose we can fill that gap. And then here, we'll just put this in. And I believe this goes here. Yes. All right. That's a very interesting cloud. I think it's the most interesting one of the bunch. And this, pretty sure we use here. This is a relatively new piece. Came out, I think, in 2025, maybe 2024, or early 2026. I forget when it came out exactly, but it's definitely an interesting piece to have. It's good to see LEGO designers using it as soon as it came out. And yeah, that's a nice cloud right there. I think if this cloud is not done, it will attach to these ones here. We gotta figure out a bunch of other stuff first. So we'll just set this to side for now. We did not use this piece yet. Oh, we have one more of these. We'll be attaching these somewhere to the side. We need one more of those. Oh, yeah, here. And then this one goes. This goes on one side, and then wait a minute. Looks like I used up these parts, but on one side, what I shouldn't have. Actually, on this side, these parts, I don't know where they'll be used, but we'll hold on to them in case we need them, because this is supposed to go here. Okay, I guess we'll hold on to these in case we need them later. And then in terms of remaining parts, we have some of these dark tan, medium nougat parts, so not that much remaining. Alright. So now with the clouds out of the way, we have a lot less parts to think about. We can go to the sky pillar itself and start to work on it. Hopefully this does not fall. Oh, what's going on here? Looks like this is not well attached. What happened here? This should be decently well attached. This side it feels better. Don't know what's going on, but there's going to be more stuff that comes here to tighten this and make sure it is more secure, so I'm not too worried. There is something to keep in mind. Starting with what we can obviously see. These parts go here in the corners. And because of this 2x4, we actually don't know when we have a... Actually, how many of these do we have? I think it's just one. So it might go here in the middle, or it might go here or here, but these are going to be symmetrical, so it has to be one buys. This one could go here, but I don't think it does. We shall see. Counting 7 studs from here, and we'll have these slopes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th one. This goes here. Let's count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. Counting studs like this is better to measure twice, cut once. It's not as bad as fabric, because with fabric you cut it indefinitely. Here, you have the option to fix it if you go wrong, but it's just better to get it right from the jump. I have no idea where this piece goes. Absolutely no clue. Maybe it goes here. I just don't know. Actually, upon very close inspection, I feel like this goes underneath the blue. I feel like this goes here. And then now we have to link these together. So to link these together, well, it's actually tricky. Not super tricky, but you just got to know what you're doing. First, actually before attaching them, you have to attach the internal Technic pins. Thankfully they put them here in the light gray, not some weird color. The bottom one does not matter, it's the ones at the top that do. So on the bottommost one and the one next to it, closest one next to it, you put one on the inside. So here we could attach Technic pins this way or from the other side, or through if it's one of those 3 long. So basically you're going to do this, and this for the clouds on the other side. This also reminds me of LEGO Star Wars, when they used to have like some transparent Technic lift arms. I really miss those parts, and I hope they bring them back in the not too distant future. Those are beautiful. This kind of gives me the same effect. Yeah, if only LEGO would make these pieces transparent, I don't think they will, at least not in the short term, but that would be amazing if they do that. With these attached, then we can attach this. We can attach this here. Sorry, there was a bug getting very close to my mouth. This will go, I believe, here. If we're off by one, then we might adjust the clouds or come back and add stuff to it, but I think this is how it's going to go. And thanks to the process of elimination, the only thing that fit here is a 1x2. I think this is how it goes. Okay, now moving on. I can kind of tell that this is going to be here. And obviously any part that we add here cannot collide with this, so that reduces our chances for mistakes. I think this goes here. This was well designed, I'd say. The sky pillar, the designer clearly put a lot of effort into this. Very talented designer. Twos here and here. This goes here. Then we're going to attach more stuff here, but let's do this stuff first. So we'll have to rotate this. Thankfully there's not that many parts left, just these ones here. For some reason I don't see anything in the chat. I'll refresh the page. Let's see. Let's check the stats. Still the same number. I guess people are busy on Saturday evening. Oh, let's keep going. Yeah, yesterday we started around this time. twos. I'm gonna have a piece that goes like this. I think we're gonna have another one too. Here. Yes. Same here. Let's start to add the slopes. Slope. 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 And slope. I'm going to use these T pieces to add these. This goes here, mirrored on the other side. I think we might have left this too hollow. There might be some things we forgot to add. Let me just finish up the front first, then we'll come back to that. Forgot the plate. Now we can attach that cloud. Actually, I won't attach it yet. But we know it's going to go here. I just want to figure out what's going on here with this hollow stuff first. I have to do some minor disassembly here. This comes out. Actually, we need to use these pieces here because we're going to attach stuff on top of them. Luckily, we didn't build too much on top of this, so this was relatively quick to fix. When we saved up these pieces, we brought them back because we'll need them surely elsewhere. And then we have these pieces that we'll need. We're going to attach stuff on top of those. And here you're going to want to make sure it doesn't go into that hole. Sometimes it's easier to remove something, add what you want, and then put it back. Okay. Now those gaps are filled. We can start to move on. One more of this T piece. This goes here. And this is why it's important that we get the bottom thing right, because otherwise the clouds are going to collide with this. Okay. What do we have here? It's focusing on the wrong thing. I want it to focus here. Here. Focus. I don't know if I can control the focus here. I suppose it's just the nature of the camera. It tries to use AI or some other algorithm to find out what's the best thing to focus on. Yeah, I'll add more stuff, and with that it will hopefully regain focus. I think we should have put an inverted tile here. Let's restart the music. No, don't turn off. Okay. Let's start attaching the clouds as well while we're on this side. This, in theory, goes here. We'll see if that works with the rest. At this point, my goal is to make sure things don't collide. There's stuff that goes here. There's a small cloud that goes there. The one with the heart piece is done on the T. This, to be specific, goes here. That fits. Then next cloud with the Technic brick is this. Yay, it does not collide. It's quite wobbly because these are the Technic pins without friction, but we're going to attach stuff here to fix them better in place. And it looks like I did not use these pieces in the end, but yeah, they're probably going somewhere in here for structure purposes. I don't see any visual gaps here. I suppose it's fine. I'll use the pieces later if I need to, but I think we're done with this whole scapular business. This can attach here. Attach it on both sides. A little bit wobbly here, but it's held from 3 sides, so it's not going to go anywhere. It just feels a bit wobbly. And finally, this cloud here. Let's go right here. And with that, we're done. I still don't know where this goes. I don't see a place for it, and they gave us the pieces in the set. Either they're extra or I'm missing something, but we can revisit that at the very end of the build. I'll hold on to all these pieces. Let's check one last time to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, there's some. I don't know. That's about it. Wait, here there's these tiles. Here and here. Sorry, Xenia. Okay, now we're done. Bag 6 builds the clouds at the top of the sky pillar. We also build the pillar itself that will be used to... Bag 6 builds the uppermost part of the sky pillar, including additional clouds, as well as the stand that Rayquaza will be perched on. Okay, so I believe, I'm fairly certain that the next bag will be building Rayquaza itself. I'm fairly certain of that because I already spent 6 bags, 2/3 of the set, building just this island thing here. It's not bad, but I just want to get to the Pokemon. Of course, if you're impatient, maybe one thing you could do is you could build the Rayquaza first, and then build the Sky Pillar after. Wait a minute. You can't get rid of this bag yet. You all know the reason why. Put it in the chat. Actually, you know what? Next person that puts it in the chat, they will win a Pokemon card. Come on, people. You have to say it before I say it. Say it before I say it. So, I'm giving you a chance here to win a Pokemon card entirely for free. I think you can see where this is going. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This bag is fairly crumpled. Last chance. Do the present and then we'll do the future. Right, I'm giving you so many chances. So many chances. Six, seven. Too late. That's the present. Now the future. Six, seven. Alright. That's gonna go into the review. I don't care what anyone thinks. Alright, so for bag 7 we have lots of actually interesting parts. Very different from before. You have these parts are actually printed. They're actually the same parts used on the Creator Red Panda, which I built without the instructions recently. Of course this is sold separately and is not part of this set. We're going to be using the same technique. This is basically the same piece as this, but this one is printed. That's very, very nice. Very deluxe. I can't wait to see the final result. So, are there any other interesting parts in this bag? You got this wheel. I remember this since I was a kid. Either this or something very, very similar to it. It's a piece that existed for a long time. Maybe in a slightly different variation, but yeah, now we see this piece used in botanicals and a bunch of other stuff. Not just LEGO Technic. You have this tile here. We've seen this before, but I don't know if it's new and green or not. might be new in green. So the parts here are predominantly green with some red, black, this one blue, Technic brick, this one tan brick with snot, basically studs on the side. Yeah, some inverted tiles. Yeah, that's nice to have. Okay, so I think we can start building the Rayquaza. Be doing this a few times. Yeah, it's fun to build something different after building that sky pillar for 6 bags. I'm not going to complain about the number of bags because splitting a build into many small bags is better than doing it in fewer, larger bags. I remember building the LEGO Creator Expert modular bookshop. That one had like, I think 5 bags for like 2 modular buildings, something like that. Definitely the increase in number of bags is most welcome. I'm just surprised that it took so long to get to Rayquaza. But again, let's reserve final judgment for after the set is completely built. I try not to look at too many other people's opinions when reviewing sets, but this is so famous that I heard some set reviews opinions anyway, and in general people are very positive about this set. But I'll wait till it's built before forming my own conclusions. But so far it seems pretty interesting. I learned something when building the set. Right here for the stairs, a bit more up here, and technique is for the side here, the brick wall there. And of course I got this very nice minifigure. This is number 1. There will never be another number 1 minifigure like this. It's just like the TIE fighter helmet from LEGO Star Wars. It was the very first 18+ set from LEGO. There could only be one number 1. Alright, we're almost done here. This first part is a bit repetitive, but it does absorb a lot of the parts, especially those plates. That means we're not going to be using them anywhere else. Do this one last time. I hope that if you build this with the instructions, they don't repeat printing the same instructions to do all of these. That would be a huge waste of paper. Oh, I see that this piece is printed. That's interesting. That's a nice print. I think it could be used for many things in the future, not just this set. Okay, so these are done. Now we can start to build those components. And I need some inverted tiles. Need one more of those inverted tiles here. I'm guessing that these go here. It just makes sense. So as usual, I'm building things from the bottom up when I can, with respect to the studs in each part of the build. So in this part of the build, the bottom is basically from the perspective of these studs right here. Oh, this actually goes on this side. It's coming together quite nicely. Interesting use of these L pieces here. very easy to see this, but this piece actually goes here, I think. Probably so that the axle that gets attached here stops exactly at this location. Pretty sure that's the reason why. That's an interesting building technique. Now I'll actually talk about that. There are many interesting building techniques, including using this ingot piece right here that's attached with this studs on the side piece to ensure that the axle that's inserted through here does not go too far and is in fact exactly stop at this exact point. That's some interesting part usage by the designer right there. Whenever I see something interesting like that, I like to give specific credit to the designer where it's due. It's interesting that they put the sprue mark for this piece at the stud. Most of the time you're going to cover it up, so I think that actually makes sense most of the time. Most of the time. Here the Y, like so, and we're going to cover this with something, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's actually very interesting. It's a brick built technique to continue this line right here. So this is the print, and then it's continued here with the black piece right under this green one. That's so smart. That's so simple yet so smart at the same time. Wow. Oh, sorry again. That's interesting. I was not expecting that. Do something according to what I think it's like, and then I'll fix it later if I need to, but I think this goes here. And when inserting these pieces, make sure that you insert them with both the holes being at the correct orientation. You should be able to see behind. Otherwise, like, if you need to attach something here, you won't be able to. Actually, no, it's the brackets that go underneath here. goes there. Let's check the stats. No one wrote 6-7 in the chat. What's going on to my background? Oh, it's the ring lights. Let me see some fingerprints here. I think I need to wash my hands again. I did that right before the live stream, but I think I'll do that. Let me do that right now. I won't be far. I'll leave the music playing just to keep you entertained, and you can keep writing stuff in the chat. I'll be back very, very soon. I am back. How are we doing? Yeah, hopefully less fingerprints on this one. I think I should wait for my hands to fully dry. In the meantime, let's check the stats again. Nothing. No change. Yesterday seemed to be a bit better, but Rayquaza is here. We're not just talking about the stand or the sky pillar. We're actually doing Rayquaza for real this time. You still have a chance to win. comes to these parts, I suppose we can do them. They're large parts, but they're fairly easy to connect. The only thing you can do is use this to attach them there. Thankfully, the prints are well aligned. And here we have to be a bit careful. We need the line to be like this. First green, then black, because we're going to be attaching stuff on this side. Okay, now on the other side, we're going to have basically this is the only axle left, so it has to be this one. Then there's going to be green and black, keeping the same order that we found. Actually, I just realized that we can attach axles here, I believe, on this piece. That's useful to know. And then this one goes here. Let's restart the music. Not that many parts left, so we're almost done with this bag. We just need to figure out, there's a few more things to figure out, but mostly we know what to do here. I think we've gotten to the point where we can start to attach things to the sky pillar. So let's lift this up, and for now we're just going to attach it. At some point, I believe like there's a way to remove it and display it separately, but let's just attach it for now. I actually don't know how easy it is to remove, because from the looks of it, it looks like this is something that's meant more to be attached as a static model. This, why are we doing this? It's not yet clear to me, but we'll see. We'll see with time, I guess. Makes it a lot more solid. Basically we'll do this on both sides, and yeah, with that it becomes much more solid. Then going up, well actually before we do that, we can start to attach these guys. You can attach them at like a different angle if you want, and then adjust the angle, because it's easier to do that depending on which angle you use as the starting point. And now we bring this thing from before. Something like that, and what angle do we attach this at? It's going to basically be like so. A bit stubborn, yeah, there we go. I will do the announcement now for bag 7. Bag 7 starts to build Rayquaza itself with the middle part of the body. Alright. Remember, if you want to win some Pokemon cards or perhaps even some LEGO sets, you're going to want to write something in the chat. There's still some time. There's still 2 bags remaining. Are we live right now? I believe we're live. There might have been a glitch somewhere. I think we're live. Let me know if something's wrong. Or maybe you're all trying to let me know, but I can't know because none of the chat messages came in. But, yeah. I'm going to move on to the next bag. After 6-7 is bag 8. Only 2 bags left. I think we can finish tonight. Probably. Bag 8 is right here. Feels heavy. Feels heavy. So let's knock bag 8. I'm sure we're going to be building more of the puzzle. Yeah, we got more of those beautiful printed parts. There are no stickers in this set, so I'll have to give them credit where it's due. I keep saying, like, if they're going to give us prints instead of stickers, I'm willing to pay a little bit more. And I have put my money where my mouth is because I bought this set. And so when critiquing this set, I will give it like more brownie points for including all these printed parts. Once again, we have this structure that we'll be building a gun. Looks like we'll be doing this 8 times. Anyone excited for the September releases? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give you guys one more chance. These colors do remind me of something. Alright, people. Last chance. Last chance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chance gone. Yeah, the big YouTubers, they have completely different opinions on how to treat chat. I can't really apply any of those because chat is absent today. Chat did not show up. If you're watching this in the future, when I was doing this live, there's literally no one in the chat for whatever reason today. Yeah, here they are, the 8 fins or whatever you want to call them. Those are done. And those take up a nice chunk of the piece count. Small pieces, but still. Now we can start working on the rest. Now this printed part, I'm sure this was not cheap for them to do. This might be a new mold just for this set. The print, I'm pretty sure, is exclusive to this set. But perhaps they'll reuse this for other purposes in the future. Lots of LEGO Technic here. Thankfully, not that many blue pins. So far, I've not seen any blue pin, to their credit. Like, I know there's one of the designers that designed like the Blacktron Renegade. He said specifically, I designed this such that there are no blue pins visible. And I have so much respect for that guy. Like, he knows that he's working within the confines of the LEGO system. He's like, yeah, I'll do what I can within these limitations and still give people what they want. I wish all the designers were like that until maybe LEGO corporate reconsiders their long-standing decision. At least for the adult sets. Kids, yeah, I understand. They get confused with the colors and stuff. For adults, we should at least have the option to have more accurate display models. Alright. See some new people joining. Welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel. Remember that if you participate in the chat, you have a chance to win some LEGO, not LEGO, but some Pokemon cards. Just Pokemon, not LEGO Pokemon, but Pokemon cards. And if we can get 5 subscribers, I'll be giving away cards from this pack right here. If we get 20 subscribers, I'll be giving away my personal copy of the Zinnia minifigure, the first ever LEGO Pokemon minifigure in history. That's number 1. You're not gonna do better than number 1. I had to take a guess. I'm doing a little bit of guessing here because it's not entirely clear how all this is going to come together, but I'm making an educated guess based on what we've already built in the previous bag. They're gonna have like some slopes like this, or sorry, some what are these called again? The snot pieces, the brackets to be specific. I'm willing to wager that this goes here, such that an axle can fit through it. This is a very likely a 6 long axle. 6 or 7 long. 6, 7. This is 4. 4 plus might even be 8 long, maybe. No, not definitely not 8, but 7 long. Yeah, it's 7 long. I imagine we're gonna bid this twice. Very, very likely. Yes, we're gonna bid this twice. Yeah, since I've been building LEGO without instructions for more than 3 years now, I'm better able to detect these studs on the side patterns. I remember I used to struggle with this a lot. I think by the time I got to the X Mansion in 2024, that had like, there was one part, the elevator, where I really struggled with that. But since then, I think I've gotten better at that. I can't believe that was already 2 years ago. Where did the time go? And Natural History Museum, I remember that was a big set. It's been 3 years since that came out. 2 years since the X Mansion. I remember buying that set day one. It was either that or the Botanical Garden, and the X Mansion narrowly won in my YouTube poll. I built that one. I don't know if I built it live or not. I do remember building it for sure. I don't remember if I did it live. I was not doing as many live streams as I'm doing now. Yeah, surprised. I thought there would be more to this bag, but like almost all the parts follow a predictable pattern. This is much simpler to put together than when you first look at the parts, because when you see, or at least when I see lots of LEGO Technic parts, I start to get worried a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is going to be complicated. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be challenging. But thankfully, that does not appear to be the case. Okay, so now with these done, oh, I can attach these now. So it's satisfying to click them into place. Oops. All right, that is now done. I'm taking one of these and yeah, like I know the studs are going this way just because of the way this Technic part is done. So this is up. Now let's, essentially we're going to add these wheel pieces. And here it does not really matter the orientation because they're going to get covered up either way, right? But they are shown to be applied this way. Maybe there's a benefit to doing that. Actually, wait. No. That was wrong. We got it right the first time. Yeah, like that. And like that, yeah. Then tail goes here. I think like some of these like are open to interpretation. I'm trying to get it right as much as I can. this should actually, well, actually this can be adjusted, so it doesn't matter. Then do this. This part is obvious. Same story right here. I believe it goes like this. Like, so much of this Pokemon comes together in this bag. Okay, that's actually quite a lot. And the fun fact is that we've done all of this and it's independent from the main build. Let me announce this bag. Bag 8 builds the very long tail of Rayquaza, and the good thing about this bag is that it's completely independent from the main build. It has many of those interesting printed parts, including a custom part just for the tail. Alright, so now we have one more bag to go. This is the final bag in which we will be able to win. By we, I mean you in this case. If you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, sorry. You're always welcome to watch the replay if it's available on YouTube, but you won't be able to win anything. You can still win by putting a post in my community tab. I think it's called posts now. So you can still win that way, but you have to do a little bit more work, a little bit more effort. It's easier to just put a chat message right now if you're watching live, or the next time I go live. So obviously, the head of the Rayquaza. There's nothing else left to build. This is the final bag. So keep knocking her over. And again, these cards are still on the table for those of you who want them. Just let me know in the chat. You have a very good chance of winning. There's not that many chat messages today, so you have a seriously good chance of winning, I'd say. This is a standard extra part. The ox horns. We've seen this in many sets before, but this is a part that is new to me. Might be new to this set, or it might be new, relatively new. Yeah, this is like a horn, but straight. I'm pretty sure because it's a small part, this is considered extra, but we'll confirm that when the build is over. and these pink parts are going to be used for the tongue, interestingly enough. Let's see here. Alright. We still have a chance to win by writing something in the chat. Do not miss this opportunity. You never know when it will come again. More printed parts. This is nice. It's also something that might be used somewhere else. It's not Pokemon specific. I think there's more printed parts in this bag as well. This is printed. Yeah, so a lot of the budget of the set went to the prints. So I understand why there's not like 25 minifigures with this set. That would have been crazy though. Imagine 25 minifigures in a set like this. People would still be lining up at the LEGO store even now. The line would never end. Yes. Interesting because these studs on the side of this mouth thing also get used for something else that can only attach from one direction. I'll do what I can. Yeah, this side I cannot do yet because I have to fill this first. But I might be able to do the top, depending on what it is. Yeah, I think that's the tongue. Not the tongue, but like the bottom of the mouth. This is the tongue. Same color as bubblegum. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, and the eyes are printed, I'm pretty sure. Right? Yes. That's beautiful. That is beautiful right there. Yeah. Look at those parts. I'm so happy these are prints and not stickers. Let's play the music again. Yeah, the head has lots of interesting parts to it. Oh, and this actually has a different print than the other parts. That's why they put this in a separate bag, to avoid anyone confusing it. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. Oh wait, might not be the... think it actually might be the yellow axle here, not the red. Luckily, these short axles have like these stoppers that help us pull them out. Otherwise, this would be very difficult to pull out. Oh, this is more difficult than it seems. But actually, maybe... No, it's... The orientation here matters. So... I have to get this out somehow. Maybe if I use this edge of the paper bag, give it more friction. Oh, it's firmly stuck in there. I feel like it's slowly getting out. These are the risks of building without the instructions. You assume something. Yeah, I feel it's slowly coming out. There we go. Okay, now carefully. This goes here. And just to confirm, I'll plug it in right now. Yes, it fits exactly where I want it to fit. This I'm pretty sure goes on the other side because, well, actually it's either this or this, but let's just wait and see to figure that out. Actually going to be some stuff on the side construction. So here it's important to distinguish this bracket that goes up versus this bracket that goes down. They're part of the same bag. Even the same sub bag within the bags. So just be very careful with this. We have a yellow piece. Should only be this one. Green. Then this goes here. One way or another. Actually, probably this way by default. But it can be adjusted. So then this will be attached to it. This reminds me of the Lloyd Mechjet. Maybe you need to, yeah. It's a wonderful Ninjago set. Now there's a Technic brick. It's the only thing that fits. There's no other Technic brick that I can see. And now these brackets that go down. Okay, so now I see what's going on. This attached here, and then yeah, this will get attached here soon, but let me just finish this part first. The bottom is still this way, so I'll put the sprue marks or mold marks that way. This is a printed piece, so we're not going to use it. I'll put this here. And we'll use the printed piece here at the top. with like an upside down Y, like so. Alright, and there's gonna be the rest of the head that comes in. This will get attached here. Actually, this line is very well designed. Okay, that's pretty interesting. I would have expected like some pins or something to go in here, but I don't see them yet. There might not be any pins, because there are no pins that I can see in this bag. Usually they're red or dark gray, and they just don't seem to exist. There is some studs on the side construction. How did they do it? There has to be something with studs on the side. I don't see much. I see this from the bottom here. Okay, well, let's build other stuff, and then maybe something will appear, or we might have used some pieces in not the right way. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. There's one thing that we can do is the legs. Not the legs, sorry, the arms. Those we can do. Here I don't mind the red axle pins because they're just axles in this case, because they match the color scheme. This piece has been around for a while now, like since the Ninjago era, I want to say. Like they had this in, what was it, Skybound or season with Ronin and Air Jitsu, Possession. They had this since Possession. Quite a good representation of the claws for standard LEGO parts. These are small pieces and easy to drop. Might actually be better to insert them first. Looks like Zinnia is lying down. No, it's too early to sleep. Not bedtime yet. We need one more of those pieces. Yeah, this one here. So it's attached to this. Arms are done. Just comparing the two. Yeah, they seem equal to me, and these claws are a nice representation. Again, here's the source material, like 3 claws, claws, claws. That's actually surprisingly good. Okay. I see a bunch of these. Oh, I see these small pieces here. These must be used for the studs on the side conversion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say that's the minimum. Yeah, that's what we're going to use for conversion. I think the general idea that we have is clear at this point. Just need to build the head with parts that remain, and there's not that many. There's some details, but the general idea is that we're going to be building studs on the side using these parts. We'll start with what we know, and then we'll move on to what we don't know. I believe this goes here. And this eye. Yeah, I believe this is the correct shape. Now we'll build the exact same thing mirrored. And the more parts we use, the less parts we have remaining, which will make it easier to figure out the rest. Well, we've built plenty of creatures before, so that will help. All right. through process of elimination. Only this part can go here. This is what it uses to get attached. And this is going to attach, but onto something else. Remember, we started to work on the mouth before. On the outside, we have this. It's not clear how this is going to attach to the rest of the stuff. Trying to zoom in and understand as best as possible how this thing comes together. It's surprisingly non-obvious. Okay, I think I actually see what's going on now. With this, these pieces on the side, and this here, this whole thing goes underneath like so. I'm surprised nothing goes in here. I guess it's just off-grid. And then this goes here. Here or here, what? Either or. That's the gray one. Will this fit? Maybe at an angle. Oh yeah, and it can actually move a bit. So now we can attach on the other side. And this is much stronger now. By symmetry, we can do this. And this. This, the bottommost part is done, then we can start to add the stuff on the side. this stuff here. Do you have a 1x1? No, we don't. Okay, actually I think I made a mistake here. This part, instead of going here, this part is actually way more useful. It has studs. Actually makes more sense to use that. Yeah, that's way more logical. Yeah, and then we're gonna have something like this, I think. But then to attach this, we're gonna have studs on the side stuff. So before attaching this, we need to build the stuff that's in the middle first. Let's, while we're here, remove this piece. We know it doesn't go there. Put this instead. And that part stays the same. We'll come back to the eyes and surrounding parts. We just need to do the core part first. But now with a lot less parts, this becomes much easier to do. I have this Nexo shield. And this is how we're going to attach these pieces here, which are actually going to be used as teeth. It's pretty smart. Okay. Then this is the roof of the mouth. Somehow this goes here, and there has to be something that bridges the gap. I'm guessing it's going to be a plate. And here there's going to be I believe this goes like this. And yeah, this is the only thing that fits. Okay. Then we have these guys. This gets attached here. So I'm pretty sure that after this point, we have these. I'm pretty sure this goes here with this. The thing I'm not sure about is where the next one goes. We have this piece that goes here. And it looks like nothing is going to fit unless this goes right next to it. It's not the best for structural stability, but it's a display model, so as long as it holds up in practice, I'm not going to complain. It seems a little bit precarious. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's exactly what I was afraid of happening. Okay, now let's do this side first. Getting these things aligned is a nightmare. I believe this and has to align with this. Wait, did we get something wrong here? Perhaps these studs on the side pieces go underneath. Or perhaps they go in the middle of the... like picking, like using this piece from before. Can I attach it here? Yes. So that means that I should be able to attach this right here. Yeah. Feels illegal. But it should, in theory, fit exactly. I don't know why. No, that's not right. The only other possibility is that these go down here. And then yeah, I think that's the only other reasonable possibility. But to move these down here, probably this goes down here and this goes down here. Yeah, that will basically require redesigning, rebuilding this whole thing. I think it's probably the right thing to do. Oh wow. The challenge is to do this without losing any of the progress that we've already made. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Essentially I want to move these down here. I have to get rid of this. Two by 3 plate. Basically move it up here. Basically now I'm building from the top down. This survives. And now we'll spread them out spread them out as much as we can, but still, can we spread them out further then? No, I still think this is the limit. At least if they're next to each other, that means there's no risk that we split apart. We cannot split apart. Okay. And I'm almost done with the build here, so if you want to join the giveaway, you better write something in the chat. I'm starting to think maybe the chat is broken, because usually I get at least one random comment. The Nexonite shield would go here. And there would be like a 1x2 here to attach this here. And this whole thing will attach here. Okay, yeah, this I'm much more confident in. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that came together quite nicely. Yeah, that's a very interesting way this came together. We're almost done here. Oh, these sword pieces. That's interesting. So some of the things to be added on the head. I don't know what they're officially called, but they look like antenna or horns to me. If you're a Pokemon specialist, you might know the official term for these. Alright, that looks very menacing. These can be adjusted forward and back, and we'll look at the articulation and so on in the full review. Looks like this is an extra piece, or it can be given to Zinnia. Yeah, now we're pretty much done here, so we'll just attach everything. We'll bring back the sky pillar. Tail goes here. I suppose this can be moved, but that's like gravity will pull it down. And then here we'll attach the claws. Arms with the claws. finally, we had and we are now done with the build. I'll do the announcement for this bag and we'll wrap up. Last chance to enter the giveaway. Bag 9 finishes the build by adding the head of Rayquaza as well as the arms. Bag 9 finishes the build by adding the head of Rayquaza as well as the arms. Alright, so thank you everyone for joining. We'll take a very quick look at the final model. I will publish a separate full review as I do with these. Excuse me. I'll publish a separate full review of this model after I spend some time with it. Think about it. Think about the price and value. So yeah, I'll review the model separately, but here it is in terms of the build. So can I zoom out a bit more? Not really, but this is what it looks like for now. There's a minifigure. We looked at her at the beginning of the live stream, but I suppose I'll show her again at the end of the live stream. First ever LEGO Pokemon minifigure. Looks like I'll be keeping her since we did not get enough subscribers for me to give her away. I'll check one last time the stats, just in case. Still no change. That's okay. Better luck next time or with other sets. So yeah, there you go. That's Rayquaza. We spent basically all of yesterday and some part of today just building this sky pillar. And today we built the uppermost part of it and actually built the Rayquaza itself, which is pretty formidable for a pretty low piece count because they're all large pieces. So most of the parts went into these small little things, the fins, as well as the head, which is interesting the way it came together with studs on the side. Techniques, we just built that, so I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about it, but you can see recently how it came together. With some articulation, you can move this, but gravity is just gonna pull it down. You can adjust these, and then the head, you can move it like this, side to side, up, probably up and down. Yeah, like that. Open and close the mouth. I think this is the best angle for it, but of course you can play around with it to your liking. This is primarily a display model, not a play model for kids. I think older teenagers, they might appreciate this as a display model. Not necessarily 18 plus, but someone who's, I'd say 14 or older might appreciate this. Younger kids, they're probably going to appreciate the Smart Play Pokemon a lot better. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this set for now. We're going to wrap up. I'll give you, let's say, 15 more seconds if you want to write a comment in the chat. 15 seconds starting now. So our last chance to enter the giveaway. You're going to win at least one of these cards. Free shipping. Any takers? No? Alright, so I guess that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate even if you were watching, you did not write anything in the chat, I still appreciate you. The fact that you are here supporting me on this build journey. Be sure to tune in soon when I will review this set right here. I'll present the minifigure and just go over it again in detail. So make sure not to miss that review and many other LEGO reviews coming away very soon. And other stuff is coming on the channel. There's going to be surprises, there's going to be more giveaways. make sure you don't miss out on that. And although nobody won this time, I'll save this pack for a future LEGO Pokemon build. Maybe I'll give this to the first person who leaves a comment on the review or something like that. I'm still going to think about what to do with this, but stay tuned. Alright, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.